Hi everyone, and welcome to The Sleepy Scientist. I'm really happy you're here. Tonight, we're going to go on a calm and quiet trip to learn something amazing. So get comfy, take a deep breath, and let's enjoy this peaceful science story together. Before we start, tell me in the comments, where are you watching from and what time is it for you right now? If you like relaxing science videos, don't forget to tap the like button. Now let's begin. Far above, in the stillness of the night, the stars dance. They twinkle softly, as if each one is a dancer in an endless ballet, moving gracefully across the velvet blackness of the sky. This dance, so subtle yet mesmerizing, has fascinated people for thousands of years. The stars seem to move in perfect harmony, appearing to sparkle with every step they take, and yet the twinkling is not a random act. It is the result of an intricate play between light and atmosphere, a cosmic choreography that begins long before the light reaches our eyes. When we look up at the stars, what we are witnessing is the light's journey, and in that journey, something extraordinary happens, something that turns a simple beam of light into the beautiful twinkle we adore. The stars themselves, despite their brilliance, are not actually twinkling of their own accord. The light we see from them travels across vast stretches of space, from the burning heart of distant suns, where nuclear reactions take place in their fiery cores. This light begins its journey in the heart of the stars, where elements like hydrogen and helium fuse, creating bursts of energy that travel at the speed of light. But as this light moves toward Earth, it must first pass through our atmosphere. Here, in the layers of gases that make up the air we breathe, the light's path is altered. The different layers of the atmosphere, each with varying temperatures and densities, cause the light to bend and scatter, a process called refraction. It's this bending of light, like a tiny ripple on the surface of a pond, that creates the twinkling effect. To our eyes, this dance of light appears as a flicker, a soft shimmer, as if the stars are blinking in and out of existence. But this dance, beautiful as it is, does not happen the same way all the time. The atmosphere's constant shifting plays a major role in how the stars appear to us. On some nights, when the air is still and the sky is clear, the light from the stars is smooth and steady. We see them as pinpricks of light, steady and unwavering in their positions. On other nights, when the air is turbulent and full of movement, the stars flicker more intensely, their twinkling more pronounced. The heat from the earth, the moisture in the air, and even the winds that blow high above us can all affect how the light from the stars reaches our eyes. It's as if the sky itself is breathing, shifting, and playing its own part in the cosmic dance, adding a layer of mystery to the star's light. The twinkling of the stars also reminds us of the vast distance between us and them. Light, though it moves incredibly fast, takes time to travel across the great expanse of space. The stars we see tonight may no longer be the stars they once were. Some may have burned out long ago, their light continuing its journey through space, reaching us only after a long delay. The twinkling we see, then, is not just a play of light in the atmosphere. It is the distant light of stars reaching out across space and entering our eyes, carrying with it stories from distant worlds. Every time we look at the stars, we are looking at the past, gazing into the light that has travelled across time and space, bringing us messages from the farthest reaches of the universe. It is this sense of time and distance that makes the dance of the stars so poetic. Each star is part of a grand cosmic performance, one that has been playing for eons. The stars are not just lights in the sky, they are celestial bodies, each with its own life story, its own beginning, middle, and eventual end. Some stars have existed for billions of years, their light travelling across the universe, continuing the dance that began when they were born. Others are relatively young, still burning brightly in the prime of their lives. Some will burn out and fade, their light vanishing, while others will explode in a brilliant display of energy, leaving behind a nebula or a black hole. The light from these stars will continue to travel long after they are gone, carrying their memory with them across the universe. And as their light reaches us, we witness the end of one chapter and the continuation of another in the eternal dance of the cosmos. But despite their incredible distance from us, the stars seem so close. They are like old friends, distant but familiar, watching over us as we go about our lives. The twinkling of the stars is a gentle reminder of the vastness of the universe, of the tiny part we play in the grand tapestry of existence. It's a reminder that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, connected to the stars by the light they send across the sky. And in that quiet, fleeting twinkle, there is a sense of peace, a sense of belonging to a larger story that stretches across the universe. The stars, in all their twinkling beauty, continue their silent ballet, dancing through the heavens, lighting the way for all who look up and wonder at the mysteries they hold. The twinkle of the stars is more than just a visual effect. It is a language all its own, a silent message from the cosmos, inviting us to pause, to reflect, and to dream. It tells us that despite the chaos of our lives, there is a constant rhythm to the universe, a pattern of light and shadow that persists through time. The stars in their dance are telling us to remember that there is always light, even in the darkest moments. Their twinkling is a reminder of hope, of beauty, and of the eternal dance of life that continues, unnoticed by many, but cherished by those who take the time to look up. As we gaze upward at the stars, we often take for granted the subtle but extraordinary dance that is taking place. In the expanse of the night sky, each twinkling light is part of a vast network of energy and movement, one that transcends time and space. The dance of the stars is not only about light interacting with the atmosphere, but about the interplay of forces that occur in the heart of every star. At the centre of each celestial body is a fusion of gases, mainly hydrogen, under immense pressure and temperature. Here, nuclear reactions take place, transforming hydrogen into helium, releasing vast amounts of energy in the form of light and heat. This light begins its journey, travelling across vast distances to eventually reach our eyes, where it becomes the twinkling we so often admire. What we see as a simple sparkle is actually a glimpse of a complex, eternal process, a process that has been occurring for billions of years, lighting up the night sky in its own mysterious dance. The way light behaves, especially when it reaches the Earth, is deeply influenced by our atmosphere. As the light from a star travels through space, it remains unaffected, travelling through the vacuum of space with remarkable precision. However, as this light enters Earth's atmosphere, it encounters a dynamic, ever-shifting environment. The layers of air in the atmosphere, each with its own density, temperature, and moisture content, bend, refract, and scatter the light. This bending of light, called refraction, causes the light to change direction and spread out. Because the air is not uniform, this scattering effect changes over time, which is why the stars seem to flicker. This constant shifting of light as it passes through varying layers of air is what creates the twinkling effect we associate with the stars. In essence, the stars are performing a delicate dance not only in the vastness of space but also in the layers of Earth's atmosphere, as their light bends and flickers, forever altering its appearance to our eyes. This phenomenon is most noticeable with stars that are closer to the horizon, where the light must travel through a thicker slice of atmosphere. When a star is higher in the sky, the light travels through less atmosphere and thus appears steadier. But when it is closer to the horizon, its light passes through a greater expanse of air, encountering more turbulence, and as a result the twinkling effect becomes much more pronounced. It's as though the closer the stars get to Earth, the more their light is challenged and shaped by the atmosphere. It's a cosmic reminder of the way distance and perspective play a crucial role in how we experience the universe, a subtle echo of the greater distances between the Earth and the stars that give rise to the shimmering dance. But even as we observe this delicate dance from Earth, the stars themselves are part of a much larger rhythm. In the great expanse of the universe, stars are constantly being born and dying. Some stars, like our Sun, are in the middle of their life cycle, burning steadily for billions of years. Others are in the final stages of their lives, collapsing inward or expanding outward into supergiants. The explosive end of these stars, known as supernova, sends shockwaves through space, creating new elements and scattering them across the cosmos. This death, while dramatic and violent, is not the end. The elements created by the dying stars become the building blocks of new stars, new planets, and, eventually, new life. This grand cycle of birth, life, and death plays out in the heavens, driving the dance of the stars, ensuring that the light never truly fades, but transforms into something new. Each star with its unique properties contributes to this cosmic dance. Some stars are steady and bright, shining for millions of years without flickering. Others, like the most massive stars, burn intensely and quickly, their light fading in the blink of an eye compared to the vast expanse of time. The light from these stars too may twinkle, but it is often an intense, powerful flash that radiates out across space, signaling its great energy and eventual demise. Other stars are variable, their light changing in intensity and colour as they pulse rhythmically, creating a mesmerising pattern of flickers. These stars, which often belong to binary or multiple star systems, orbit around one another in an elegant cosmic dance, their light fluctuating as they pass through each other's gravitational influence. It's as though each star has its own rhythm, its own way of twinkling, adding to the diversity and complexity of the night sky. And yet, despite the differences in their size, age, and energy, the stars are bound together in a shared movement. They orbit the centres of galaxies, pulled by the immense gravitational forces that shape the universe. Even as they burn brightly and twinkle in their own unique way, they are all part of the greater movement of the cosmos. The stars may appear to be separate, distant lights in the sky, but they are not isolated. They are woven together in the fabric of the universe, moving in harmony as part of a grand cosmic symphony. Each one, in its own way, contributes to the beauty and complexity of the night sky, from the steady, unwavering twinkle of a distant sun to the violent flash of a supernova. The dance of the stars is a performance that spans the universe, creating a living, breathing tapestry of light and motion. This grand dance is also a reminder of the profound connection between the stars and the life on Earth. We are not separate from the cosmos. We are intimately connected to the stars, their light and energy sustaining life on our planet in ways we may never fully understand. The light we see from the stars is not just a distant spectacle, it is the very energy that fuels the cycles of life on Earth. The sun, in particular, provides the warmth and energy that allow plants to grow, animals to thrive, and the atmosphere to sustain life. Without the energy of the stars, there would be no life. We are born from the same energy that fuels the stars, and we are shaped by the same cosmic forces that govern their movement. The twinkling of the stars is a reminder of the deep connection between all life in the universe, a call to recognize the beauty and wonder of the natural world and our place within it. As you sit beneath the stars on a quiet night, take a moment to remember that what you are witnessing is more than just a display of light. It is a story that stretches across time and space, a dance that has been taking place for billions of years. The stars are not just points of light in the sky. They are active participants in the ongoing creation and destruction of the universe, their twinkling light carrying the energy of the cosmos with it. The dance of the stars is a cosmic reminder that we are part of something much greater than ourselves, and that the light we see above is a reflection of the energy that sustains us all, connecting us to the past, present, and future of the universe. As we contemplate the dance of the stars and the way they twinkle from afar, we also begin to see how deeply this celestial dance mirrors the rhythms of life here on Earth. The stars, in their distant elegance, carry with them a powerful message. All things, no matter how small or distant, are part of a larger, infinite dance. The twinkling of a distant star is a reminder that even in the vast emptiness of space, energy flows, rhythms emerge, and life unfolds in endless cycles. This dance, as it stretches across the universe, is not merely confined to the stars. It is reflected in every movement of the universe, from the subtle pull of gravity that guides planets in their orbits to the quiet ripples in the ocean beneath the light of the stars. Just as the stars twinkle in their quiet yet profound dance, so too do the forces of life here on Earth move in harmony with the energy of the universe. Each moment, each breath, each heartbeat is a part of this cosmic rhythm, and just as we watch the stars twinkle, we too are contributing to the dance of life that connects us all. There is an ancient truth in the dance of the stars, one that has been acknowledged by cultures and civilizations across time. The stars have always been a source of wonder and mystery, guiding travelers and inspiring poets, philosophers, and scientists alike. But the twinkling of the stars is more than just an aesthetic beauty. It is a symbol of the interconnectedness of all things. From the earliest human societies to the present day, people have looked to the stars for meaning, for direction, and for understanding. The twinkling lights above have served as a reminder that despite the vastness of the universe, everything is connected, everything has its place, and everything plays a part in the grand dance of existence. The stars remind us that our lives, too, are part of this larger movement, and that each moment, no matter how fleeting, is an integral part of the cosmic rhythm. The dance of the stars is also a reminder of time itself. The light that reaches us from the stars is ancient, often travelling millions, or even billions, of years before it reaches Earth. The stars twinkle not only because of the turbulence in our atmosphere, but because their light has travelled through the vast expanse of space, carrying with it the history of distant places, of other worlds, of other times. In that brief moment when we catch a glimpse of a twinkling star, we are not just witnessing the present, we are also seeing the past, a moment that has been travelling through space and time finally reaching us. It is as though the stars hold memories, their light a testament to the passage of time, the long journey through the cosmos, and the enduring power of the universe itself. Each twinkle then becomes a marker of time, a moment suspended in the vastness of the cosmos, reminding us of the fleeting nature of life and the importance of embracing each moment we are given. As we continue to observe the stars and their dance, we also recognize the importance of their influence on Earth. The stars, and in particular the sun, provide the light and energy that sustain life. The twinkling stars, though distant, are part of a larger system that shapes the Earth's climate, weather, and cycles of life. Without the stars, without the energy they provide, life as we know it would not exist. The sun, our closest star, provides the warmth, the light, and the energy that sustains plants, animals, and humans alike. It is the very force that drives photosynthesis, the process by which plants produce oxygen and food. The sun's energy shapes the seasons, regulates the weather, and provides the foundation for life on Earth. The dance of the stars, from our own sun to the farthest reaches of the universe, is a reminder that everything, from the smallest microbe to the tallest tree, is sustained by the energy that flows from the stars. The twinkling of the stars also offers us a sense of perspective. It is easy to become caught up in the details of our everyday lives, to feel as though the challenges and struggles we face are the most important things in the world. But when we look at the stars, we are reminded of the vastness of the universe, of the incredible scale of existence, and of how small our individual lives are in the grand scheme of things. The stars, twinkling in their quiet dance, offer us a sense of humility, reminding us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. And yet, even in the vastness of the cosmos, each one of us is a part of the dance. Our lives, our actions, and our presence are connected to the stars, to the earth, and to the greater forces that shape the universe. The twinkling of the stars, in its simplicity and beauty, offers us a sense of belonging, a recognition that our lives are intertwined with the cosmos, that we are part of this grand eternal dance. Finally, the dance of the stars reminds us of the power of light itself. Light, whether it is from the sun or from the distant stars, has the power to shape our world. It illuminates the darkness, brings warmth, and sustains life. But light also holds deeper, more subtle meanings. It symbolizes knowledge, hope, and clarity. The twinkling of the stars, though faint and distant, offers us a sense of wonder, of a possibility, and of hope. It reminds us that even in the darkest times, there is always light, always a flicker of hope, a reminder that life continues, that the dance of the stars will never cease. The stars, in their quiet way, are a beacon of light in the night sky, reminding us that no matter how far we have to travel or how dark the world may seem, there is always light ahead, and there is always a path forward. In the end, the stars' twinkling dance is a reflection of the journey we all take, a journey through time, space, and life, guided by the light that continues to shine far above and deep within us all. The night sky is a canvas, a vast expanse of darkness scattered with pinpricks of light. Each twinkle, each flicker, is a whisper from a distant world, a message carried from the farthest reaches of the cosmos. These are not just stars, they are storytellers, each one holding a tale of its own journey, its own existence. The light that we see, that soft, shimmering glow, is a glimpse into the past, a whisper of a time long gone, yet still alive in the movement of the universe. As we gaze upon the stars, it is not just light we witness, it is the passage of time, the unfolding of a cosmic narrative that has been playing out for billions of years. The stars speak to us through their light, revealing the intricate dance of energy, matter, and time that creates the night sky. Every star that twinkles across the heavens has a unique story to tell. Some are ancient, their light having travelled across vast distances, reaching us from the earliest days of the universe. Others are young, still in the process of forming, their energy just beginning to radiate outward, a new light in the sky. These stars are not fixed in place. They are part of a greater cosmic movement, born from the swirling gases and dust of nebulae, forged in the fiery cores of distant stars and scattered across the sky in an ever-changing dance. Each one of them plays a role in the larger symphony of the universe, their light joining together in a quiet, eternal conversation. When we look up at the stars, we are witnessing not just the individual brilliance of each one, but the harmony that exists between them all. It is as if the stars themselves are whispering to each other, sharing their stories, passing along the wisdom of the universe. The twinkling of the stars is not just a random occurrence. It is the result of an intricate and delicate interplay between light and atmosphere. The stars themselves shine with a steady brilliance, but as their light travels through the vastness of space and enters Earth's atmosphere, it begins to change. The atmosphere, full of moving air, temperature variations and moisture, bends the light, scattering it in different directions. This bending of light, known as refraction, causes the star to appear to flicker, to twinkle in and out of focus. The twinkling is a dance between the light from the stars and the air we breathe, a gentle reminder of the way the universe interacts with our planet. In this way, the atmosphere becomes a partner in the star's performance, helping to create the shimmering beauty we see in the night sky. As the light from the stars passes through the atmosphere, it is also affected by the varying conditions of the air. On a clear night, when the air is still and calm, the stars appear steady, their light unwavering. But when the air is turbulent, when winds stir the atmosphere, the stars flicker more dramatically, their light moving in response to the shifting air currents. It is as though the stars are constantly adjusting to the rhythm of the world around them, adapting to the changes in the atmosphere, and in doing so they create a subtle, beautiful dance. This constant interplay between light and atmosphere is what gives the stars their magical quality, their ability to sparkle and shimmer as if they are alive, responding to the world below. The twinkling of the stars also serves as a reminder of the vastness of the universe and our place within it. The light we see when we gaze at the stars is not the light of the present moment. It is the light of the past, a snapshot of a time long gone. The stars we see tonight may no longer exist, their light having travelled across space for thousands or even millions of years before it reached us. Some stars are already dead, their light continuing to travel through the universe, reaching us as a faint memory of their former brilliance. This delay, this time lag, is a reminder that the universe is vast, and that the light we see is not always a reflection of the present moment. The stars, in their distant twinkling, are like ghosts from the past, their light carrying with it the history of the universe, a history that stretches far beyond our understanding. But even though the stars may be distant, their light still reaches us, still touches us. The stars speak to us in a language that transcends time and space, their twinkling a reminder of the beauty and mystery of the universe. When we look up at the night sky, we are not just looking at distant points of light, we are looking at the very fabric of the cosmos, a tapestry woven from the energy and matter of the universe itself. The stars are the threads that connect us to the larger story of existence, and in their light, we find a reflection of our own place in the universe. Each flicker, each twinkle, is a message from the stars, a message that says, you are part of something much larger, much older, and much more mysterious than you can imagine. The twinkling of the stars also invites us to pause, to look up, and to reflect. In our busy, chaotic lives, it is easy to forget the vastness of the universe, to become lost in the details of our daily routines. But when we take a moment to gaze at the stars, we are reminded of the bigger picture, of the eternal dance of the cosmos. The stars, in their quiet way, offer us a moment of stillness, a chance to reconnect with the rhythm of the universe and to remember that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. The light that shines from the stars is a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest moments there is light. The stars twinkle not just to illuminate the sky, but to guide us, to inspire us, and to remind us of the beauty that exists in the world, even when we cannot always see it. The whispers of light across the sky are a reminder that life too is a dance. Just as the stars twinkle and flicker in their cosmic performance, so do we move through life, each of us playing our own part in the grand dance of existence. The stars are a reflection of the cycles of life, of birth and death, of light and darkness, of movement and stillness. And in this dance we are not alone, we are connected to the stars, to the universe, and to each other. The twinkling of the stars is a message from the universe, inviting us to step into the dance, to move with the rhythm of life, and to embrace the beauty of the journey. As we venture deeper into the world of stars and their light, we begin to appreciate how these distant lights are not just celestial objects, but are deeply interconnected with the very fabric of life on Earth. When we look up at the stars, we are not simply observing distant suns. We are witnessing the effects of cosmic processes that have shaped the universe and in turn have shaped life itself. The light from the stars is not just energy traveling through space. It is a force that connects us to the beginning of time, to the birth of galaxies, and to the creation of elements that make up the building blocks of life. The atoms that form our bodies, the oxygen we breathe, the carbon that fuels our cells, all have their origins in the hearts of stars. The stars, in their quiet way, are part of a larger cycle, a cycle of life, death, and rebirth, one that is reflected in the twinkling of their light. The stars, in their infinite dance, not only shape the cosmos, but also play a crucial role in the formation of the Earth itself. Long ago, when the first stars formed, they began to fuse elements in their cores, creating heavier and heavier atoms through nuclear fusion. These atoms, forged in the hearts of the ancient stars, were scattered across space when those stars exploded in supernovae. The elements from these explosions spread through the galaxy, enriching the interstellar medium with the materials that would eventually form new stars, planets, and, ultimately, life. In this way, the twinkling of the stars is a silent reminder that we, and everything around us, are made of stardust, created from the very same elements that have been circulating through the universe for billions of years. When we observe the twinkling stars, we are also witnessing the ongoing process of cosmic evolution. The stars are not static, they are dynamic, constantly changing, evolving, and interacting with their surroundings. Some stars burn brightly and steadily for billions of years, while others burn with tremendous intensity for a much shorter time. Some stars will eventually expand into supergiants, shedding their outer layers in a burst of energy, while others will collapse into black holes, their gravitational pull so strong that not even light can escape. This process of birth, life, and death is not confined to individual stars, but extends to entire galaxies as they collide, merge, and form new structures. The twinkling of the stars, then, is not just a visual effect. It is a reflection of the dynamic, ever-changing nature of the universe, a constant reminder that everything in the cosmos is in motion, constantly evolving and reshaping itself. Yet even as the stars are constantly changing, they also follow patterns, rhythms, and cycles that give them a sense of stability and order. The movement of the stars, their birth and death, their shifts in light and energy, all happen within the framework of cosmic laws of gravity, thermodynamics, and quantum mechanics. These laws govern not only the movement of the stars, but also the behavior of matter and energy throughout the universe. The predictable cycles of the stars are mirrored in the cycles of life on Earth. The day and night cycle, driven by the Earth's rotation, is tied to the cycles of the stars. The changing of the seasons, the phases of the moon, the rising and setting of the sun, all are influenced by the movement of the stars. The twinkling of the stars is part of this larger cosmic rhythm, a dance that has been playing out for billions of years, shaping the flow of time and the natural rhythms of life. The way the stars twinkle, fluctuating in intensity and appearance, is also a reflection of the delicate balance between chaos and order in the universe. While the stars themselves may follow predictable patterns, their light is subject to the unpredictable forces of the universe, like the shifting atmosphere, interstellar dust, and gravitational waves. These forces, which are often invisible to us, can distort the way we perceive the stars, creating the shimmering effect that we see from Earth. It's as if the stars, though steadfast in their movements, are constantly being shaped and influenced by the very forces they create. In this way, the twinkling of the stars becomes a symbol of the delicate balance between stability and change, between the known and the unknown, between the order of the cosmos and the chaos that lies at the heart of creation. But the stars, with all their twinkling and dancing, also serve as a mirror to our own lives. Just as the stars flicker and shift, so too do we experience moments of brightness and shadow in our own journeys. Our lives are full of ebbs and flows, moments of clarity and confusion, periods of stability and uncertainty. The stars, in their flickering beauty, remind us that life is not a constant state of being, but a series of changes, each one contributing to the story of who we are. just as the light from the stars is shaped by the atmosphere, our experiences too are shaped by the forces around us, the people we meet, the challenges we face, the choices we make. The twinkling of the stars becomes a metaphor for the way we navigate the world, constantly adapting, growing and evolving, yet always moving toward the light, always striving to shine in our own way. The beauty of the stars lies in their imperfection. They are not always steady. They are not always the same. Their twinkling, though caused by the refraction of light through the atmosphere, is a reminder that even in their cosmic perfection, the stars are subject to the forces of nature. This imperfection, this flickering, is what makes the stars so captivating. It is a reminder that nothing in the universe is ever truly static. Everything is in motion, everything is evolving, and everything is subject to change. The twinkling of the stars is a celebration of this ever-changing dance, a reflection of the dynamic energy that flows through the cosmos. It is this energy, this constant motion that keeps the stars alive, that keeps them twinkling, that keeps them dancing across the sky. As we watch the stars twinkle, we are reminded of the vastness of the universe and our small but significant place within it. The stars, though distant and far beyond our reach, are part of the same universe that we inhabit. The light that they shine is not just a distant beacon. It is a connection between us and the cosmos, a shared energy that binds us together with the rest of the universe. Each time we gaze at the twinkling stars, we are not just looking at points of light in the sky. We are looking at the very energy that sustains the universe, the very light that has travelled across time and space to reach us. The stars, in all their twinkling beauty, are reminders that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, that we are all part of the cosmic dance, and that the light of the stars is a reflection of the light that lives within us all. As we continue to contemplate the twinkling stars above, we come to realize that their whispers of light carry more than just the history of distant suns. They also carry the wisdom of the cosmos itself. The stars are not isolated. They are part of an intricate network of energy and matter that spans the universe. Each star, with its own unique light, contributes to the fabric of the universe, sending ripples of energy that affect not only the stars themselves, but the galaxies, planets, and even the space between them. The stars are not simply objects to be observed. They are active participants in the grand cosmic dance, creating and sharing energy that flows through the universe like a river of light. And as the stars twinkle in the night sky, they are sending a message to us, one that speaks of connection, of the interwoven nature of all things, and of the unity that exists between the smallest particle and the largest galaxy. The twinkling of the stars is a metaphor for the delicate balance between all the forces of the universe. It is a reminder that everything, from the smallest atom to the largest celestial body, is part of a greater whole, interconnected in ways that we cannot fully understand. Just as the light from the stars is refracted by the atmosphere, so too are we shaped and influenced by the forces around us, by the people we encounter, the experiences we have, and the environment we inhabit. The stars, in their flickering beauty, remind us that life is full of unexpected twists, that we cannot always predict what will happen next. And yet, in the midst of this uncertainty, there is beauty, there is meaning, and there is purpose. The dance of the stars teaches us that even in the chaos, there is order, and even in the darkness, there is light. In this way, the stars also teach us about resilience. Just as the stars burn brightly despite the vastness of space and the challenges they face, whether from gravitational forces, the movement of galaxies, or the eventual collapse of their own cores, we too face challenges in our lives. The stars remind us that no matter what obstacles we encounter, no matter how far we may feel from our goals, we are capable of shining. We carry within us the same energy that powers the stars, the same light that has travelled across space and time, bringing warmth, guidance, and hope. The twinkling of the stars is not just a sign of their beauty, but of their endurance, their ability to burn through the darkness and leave a trail of light behind. It is a reminder that we too have the power to shine, to find our place in the cosmic dance, and to contribute to the larger story of life in the universe. The stars also offer us a sense of perspective. When we look at the twinkling lights in the sky, we are reminded of how vast the universe truly is, how small our lives may seem in comparison. Yet the stars do not diminish our significance. Rather, they enhance it. Each star is part of a grand, intricate system, and each of us is part of a much larger web of existence. The stars remind us that though we may be small in the grand scheme of the universe, we are no less important. The light that we shine in our lives, whether through acts of kindness, creativity, or love, is just as meaningful as the light of the stars. The universe does not measure our worth by size or distance, but by the energy we contribute, by the way we move through the world and the way we interact with others. The stars in their eternal dance show us that even the smallest flicker can make a difference, that every act of light adds to the glow of the universe. As we continue to look at the stars, we are reminded of the timelessness of the universe. The light that reaches us today may have been born millions or even billions of years ago, long before humanity existed. Yet, in the moment we see it, that light is still with us, still travelling, still carrying the echoes of its distant origin. In this way, the stars serve as a bridge between past, present, and future. The light we see today is the result of countless cycles of creation, transformation, and destruction, each one contributing to the formation of the universe as we know it. The stars, in their twinkling, remind us that time is not linear. It is a continuous, flowing process where the past, present, and future are interconnected. The light that shines from the stars is a living testament to the ongoing journey of the cosmos, a journey that will continue long after we are gone. This sense of timelessness, of the eternal nature of the stars, also invites us to consider our place in the story of the universe. The stars, though ancient and far away, are not unreachable. They are connected to us, not just by the light they send to our eyes, but by the very matter and energy that makes up our bodies. The atoms that form our cells, the oxygen we breathe, the carbon in our DNA, all of these elements were once created in the hearts of stars, in the fiery cores where nuclear fusion took place. The stars are the ancestors of life on Earth, the very building blocks of our existence. As we look at the stars, we are not just looking at distant lights in the sky. We are looking at the remnants of the cosmic forces that gave birth to us, that continue to sustain us, and that will one day become part of us again. The stars also remind us of the profound mystery that still surrounds the universe. Despite all that we have learned, there is so much we do not yet understand. The stars, with their shimmering light, are a symbol of the unknown, of the mysteries that lie beyond our reach. Their light travels through time and space, revealing only glimpses of the vastness of the universe. We may never fully understand the forces that govern the stars, the intricate processes that create and sustain them, but in their twinkling we are reminded of the beauty of the unknown, of the wonder that comes with discovery, and of the humility that comes with acknowledging that we are only a small part of a much larger story. The twinkling of the stars invites us to keep looking, to keep questioning, to keep seeking the light in the darkness, knowing that even if we don't have all the answers, we are part of a much larger dance, one that has been going on for billions of years and will continue for eons to come. When the night falls, a hush settles over the world, a gentle pause that allows the universe to speak in whispers. The stars emerge, soft and distant, like ancient voices reaching across the sky, telling stories from times long past. There is something magical about the quiet of the night, as if it holds a secret that only the stars can reveal. The moon, with its pale, serene glow, watches over us like a guardian, casting a gentle light on the world below. But it is the stars, with their flickering light, that seem to speak the loudest. Their twinkling is like a conversation, each star a storyteller, sharing its tale of birth, life, and eventual death. Each twinkle, each flicker, is a message from the vastness of space, a reminder that the night is not silent. It is full of stories, full of voices that call out across the universe, reaching us through the light that has travelled eons to find us. As the night stretches on, we realize that the stars are not just distant points of light. They are more than mere objects in the sky. They are windows into the past, their light carrying the history of the cosmos. When we look at a star, we are not simply looking at a glowing ball of gas. We are witnessing a moment in time, a fragment of the universe's grand narrative. The light that reaches us may have travelled millions or even billions of years to get here, crossing the vast emptiness of space, passing through countless galaxies and continuing its journey through the night sky. It's as if the stars are whispering to us from the past, telling us stories of their birth and evolution, of the forces that shaped them, and of the mysteries they carry within them. The twinkling of the stars, though it may seem like a random flicker, is actually the result of an intricate dance between light and atmosphere. The light from the stars is steady, yet it is refracted and scattered as it passes through Earth's atmosphere. This causes the light to bend, to shift, to sparkle and shimmer, creating the effect that we see as twinkling. It's a dance of light, one that happens in real time, with each moment of twinkling representing a tiny shift in the atmosphere. The stars speak not only through the light they emit, but also through the way their light interacts with the world we live in. This cosmic ballet, though invisible to most, is an ongoing conversation between the heavens and the earth, one that continues throughout the night. When we look up at the stars, we are not just observing the physical light that reaches us, we are connecting with something much deeper. The stars are part of a greater cosmic system, one that is governed by the laws of gravity, energy, and matter. Stars are born from the collapse of giant clouds of gas, and they live their lives through a complex process of nuclear fusion, turning hydrogen into helium and releasing vast amounts of energy. But stars are not eternal. They too have a lifespan. They are subject to the same forces of nature that govern all life. Eventually they burn out, either collapsing into a dense core or exploding in a brilliant supernova, sending their elements into the surrounding space. These elements scattered by the explosion form new stars, new planets, and even new life. The stars, in their brief lives, contribute to the creation of the very building blocks of the universe. And so when we look at the stars, we are reminded that they are not static. They are living, breathing entities, constantly in motion, constantly changing, and constantly contributing to the ongoing cycle of creation and destruction. But beyond the physical processes that drive the stars, there is also a deeper, more spiritual connection to them. The stars have inspired wonder and curiosity for millennia. Ancient cultures saw the stars as divine beings, as gods and ancestors, and they created stories around them to explain the mysteries of the universe. The stars were not just lights in the sky, they were part of the fabric of life itself, a source of guidance and inspiration. In many ways, the stars continue to speak to us in the same way they spoke to our ancestors, offering us a glimpse into the mysteries of existence. When we look up at the night sky, we are not just seeing the past, we are seeing a reflection of our own place in the universe. The stars remind us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, that we are connected to the universe in ways that transcend time and space. The beauty of the stars lies in their quiet, steady presence. They are not loud or demanding, they do not call attention to themselves. Yet in their silence, they have the power to stir the soul, to invoke wonder, and to inspire reflection. The stars speak not through words, but through their presence, their light, their dance across the sky. It is in this sound that their power lies. The stars do not need to shout to be heard. Their quiet light is enough. And in that silence we hear the deepest of truths, that we are part of the universe, that we are connected to the stars, and that there is beauty and meaning in the world that can only be understood when we take the time to look up and listen. As the night deepens and the stars grow brighter, we realize that the night sky is not just a backdrop to our lives. It is a living, breathing entity in its own right. The stars are constantly in motion, drifting through space, changing in intensity, shifting in position. They are a part of the larger dance of the universe, a dance that has been taking place for billions of years, and yet even in their constant motion the stars remain steady. Their light, though it may flicker, never fades entirely. The stars remind us that despite the changes and challenges we face in our own lives, there is a steady, enduring light that continues to shine, no matter what. The night sky speaks to us in whispers, reminding us that the universe is vast, mysterious, and full of stories waiting to be discovered. As the night sky darkens, a deeper silence falls, and the stars seem to speak more clearly. They are not simply distant bodies of light, they are part of a vast cosmic conversation, a dialogue that stretches across the universe, connecting everything in existence. Each star twinkles, not just to mark its place in the sky, but to share its story, a story that began billions of years ago, long before our world came into being. The stars are ancient storytellers, speaking in whispers of light, sharing their experiences through the twinkling that dances across the heavens. And as we look up, we are drawn into this cosmic conversation, listening to the messages carried in the light, feeling the connection to something far beyond our understanding. The stars, in their quiet flicker, invite us to pause and reflect on the mysteries of existence, to contemplate our place in the universe, and to listen for the whispers that guide us on our journey. Each star, in its own way, is a beacon, a signal that has travelled across time and space, carrying with it the energy of its creation, the memory of its birth, and the promise of its eventual transformation. These stars are not static objects in the sky. They are dynamic forces, constantly in motion, burning, changing, and evolving. The light we see is the culmination of millions, even billions, of years of cosmic processes, each star's light the product of an immense journey through space. This journey is not just a physical one. It is an exploration of time itself. The light we see tonight may have been born long before Earth even existed, travelling across the universe, passing through galaxies and nebula, only to reach us now. In this way, the stars are not just lights. They are time travellers, bringing with them the past of the universe and giving us a glimpse of the forces that shaped everything we know. The dance of the stars is not only about the light they shine, but also about the space they inhabit. The vast expanse of the night sky, the seemingly infinite blackness, is in fact teeming with life. It is filled with gas clouds, dust particles, and the remnants of ancient stars, all of which interact in complex ways to create new stars, new systems, and new worlds. The stars themselves are born from this cosmic soup, emerging from the dense clouds of gas and dust that swirl in the darkness. Their light is not only the result of their internal nuclear reactions, but also the result of their interactions with the space around them. As stars form and evolve, they release energy into the surrounding space, shaping the environment and creating new conditions for the birth of other stars. The stars in this sense are not isolated. They are part of a greater cosmic community, one that is always shifting, always changing, always creating and destroying in an endless cycle. The stars are both the product and the creators of the universe. And in their twinkling we are reminded of this dynamic, ongoing process. Yet for all their power and energy, the stars are also fragile. Their lives are not eternal, and they will eventually burn out, either fading into a white dwarf, collapsing into a black hole, or exploding in a brilliant supernova. The death of a star is a dramatic event, one that sends shockwaves through the surrounding space, creating new elements and scattering them across the universe. These elements, forged in the heart of the stars, become the building blocks of new stars, new planets, and even life. The stars, then, are not just life-givers, they are also death-bringers, transforming the matter around them in ways that shape the future of the universe. But in their death, they do not disappear. The light they leave behind continues to travel, carrying their energy, their story, and their legacy into the farthest reaches of space. The stars, in their final moments, remind us that even in death, there is transformation, that everything is part of a larger, ongoing process of creation and renewal. In the quiet of the night, as we watch the stars twinkle, we are reminded of the cycles of life that exist not only within us, but also in the cosmos. Just as the stars are born, live and die, so too do we experience birth, growth, and death in our own lives. The stars, with their endless cycle of transformation, reflect the patterns of our own existence, showing us that life is not a linear path, but a series of cycles, each one leading to the next. The stars, with their ever-changing light, teach us to embrace change, to accept the rhythms of life, and to understand that transformation is an essential part of the journey. The twinkling of the stars is a reminder that even in the face of loss and decay, there is beauty, there is light, and there is hope. The stars, in their quiet flicker, offer us a glimpse of something greater than ourselves, something that transcends time, space, and the fleeting nature of our own existence. In this sense, the stars also serve as a guide, a source of direction in the vastness of the universe. They have always been used by travellers to find their way, to navigate the world, and to mark the passage of time. The stars, with their steady glow, provide a constant, unchanging reference point, a way to orient ourselves in the world and in the cosmos. The stars remind us that even when the world feels uncertain and the path ahead seems unclear, there is always a light to follow, always a direction to guide us. The twinkling of the stars is a symbol of this guidance, of the wisdom that has been passed down through the ages, from one generation to the next. The stars are not just lights in the sky, they are beacons of knowledge, of wisdom, and of truth, offering us a sense of stability in the ever-changing world around us. The twinkling of the stars, in all its mystery and beauty, speaks to us not only about the universe but also about ourselves. When we look up at the night sky, we are not just witnessing a distant cosmic event. We are connecting with something deeper, something that transcends time and space. The stars remind us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, that we are connected to the universe in ways we cannot fully understand. They speak to us of our place in the cosmos, of the beauty and fragility of life, and of the endless cycles of creation, destruction, and renewal that define the universe. The stars, with their quiet, flickering light, offer us a glimpse into the heart of the cosmos, a reminder that we are all part of the same grand dance, moving together through the night, guided by the whispers of light from the stars above. As the night deepens and the stars continue their dance across the sky, we are reminded of the deep connection that binds us not only to the stars but to the very fabric of the universe itself. The twinkling lights above are more than just a distant spectacle. They are a part of us. The elements that make up our bodies, the oxygen we breathe, the carbon in our cells, were all once part of a star. The stars are not simply shining from afar. They are a vital part of the cycle of life, a cycle that has continued since the beginning of time. When a star reaches the end of its life, it doesn't simply vanish. It explodes in a burst of energy, a supernova that releases its elements back into the cosmos. These elements, scattered across space, eventually come together to form new stars, new planets, and, in time, new life. In this way, we are all made of stardust, born from the very same energy that powers the stars. The twinkling of the stars is not just a cosmic phenomenon, it is a reminder of the interconnectedness of all life, of the vast cycles that govern the universe and our place within it. As we sit beneath the stars, the quiet beauty of the night sky invites us to pause and reflect on the mysteries of existence. The stars, with their silent light, speak to us not just through their brilliance but through their very presence. They remind us of the passage of time, of the ever-unfolding story of the universe. The light we see tonight is ancient, a reflection of the past that has travelled across vast distances to reach us. It is a reminder that the universe is not static, that everything is in motion, always changing, always evolving. The stars are not fixed in their places, they are constantly in motion, drifting through the sky, their light carrying the stories of their journeys. As we look at the stars, we are not just seeing the present, but a window into the past, a glimpse of the energy and life that has travelled across time and space to reach us. In this way, the stars are like messengers, carrying the history of the cosmos with them, inviting us to listen to their stories and to understand the larger picture of which we are a part. Yet even as the stars carry with them the weight of time and history, they are also part of an ongoing process of creation. The stars themselves are born from the dust and gas of the cosmos, a process that takes millions of years. Once formed, they shine brightly, burning with the energy produced by nuclear fusion in their cores. This energy, released in the form of light and heat, sustains the stars for billions of years, but eventually even the brightest stars burn out and their light fades. However, this is not the end. The death of a star is a dramatic event that sends shockwaves through the universe, scattering its elements across the cosmos. These elements, carbon, oxygen, nitrogen, become the building blocks for new stars, new planets, and new life. The death of a star, in this sense, is not the end, but a transformation, a necessary part of the larger cycle of creation and destruction that governs the universe. The stars are constantly in motion, constantly being born and dying, creating and transforming, ensuring that life continues in an endless cycle of renewal. The night sky, with its endless array of stars, also speaks to us of the vastness of the universe. When we look at the stars, we are reminded of how small we are in the grand scheme of things. The light from the stars has travelled across vast distances, sometimes over millions or billions of light years, to reach us. The distances between us and the stars are incomprehensible, and yet their light reaches us, guiding us, inspiring us, reminding us that we are connected to something much larger than ourselves. The stars are a reminder that despite the seeming vastness of the universe, everything is connected. The same energy that powers the stars flows through the universe, linking every galaxy, every planet, every living thing in a cosmic web of energy and light. The twinkling of the stars is a reflection of this connection, a gentle reminder that we are part of the larger universe, that our lives are woven into the fabric of existence. But the stars also remind us of the fragility of life. Just as a star's life is finite, so too is our own. The stars burn brightly for a time, but eventually they reach the end of their lives, their light fading into the darkness of space. This inevitable end is a natural part of the life cycle, and in this the stars teach us an important lesson. Life is precious not because it is eternal, but because it is fleeting. The stars, in their brief, dazzling lives, show us that the beauty of existence lies in the moments we have, in the connections we make, and in the stories we leave behind. The twinkling of the stars is a reminder to cherish the present moment, to embrace the fleeting nature of life, and to find meaning in the small everyday moments that make up our journey. In the quiet of the night, beneath the twinkling stars, we also find a sense of peace. The stars, with their steady light, provide a sense of calm in the darkness. They are a constant in a world that is often filled with uncertainty. The stars remind us that no matter what changes in our lives, no matter what challenges we face, there is always light in the darkness. The twinkling of the stars is a symbol of hope, of the enduring light that shines even in the darkest times. It is a reminder that even when things seem uncertain or difficult, there is always a way forward, always a path toward the light. The stars offer us comfort, knowing that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, something that has been unfolding for billions of years and will continue to unfold long after we are gone. As we look up at the stars, we are reminded of the mystery and wonder of the universe. The stars speak to us not just through their light, but through their very existence. They are a testament to the beauty, complexity, and resilience of the universe, a universe that is constantly evolving, creating, and transforming. The stars, in their endless dance, remind us that there is so much more to discover, so much more to learn, and so much more to experience. The whispers of light that we see in the sky are not just messages from the past, but invitations to explore, to seek, and to understand the deeper truths of existence. The stars, in all their twinkling beauty, are a reflection of the mysteries that lie beyond, waiting to be uncovered, waiting to be understood. In the stillness of the night, the stars begin their performance. The sky, dark and vast, becomes a grand stage where the stars twinkle like silent notes in an orchestra, each one contributing to a symphony that is invisible to the naked eye. The music of the stars is not one we can hear, but one we feel. Its rhythm is in the pulse of the universe, in the cycles of life and death that play out in the far reaches of space. When we gaze at the sky, we are not merely looking at distant points of light. We are witnessing a cosmic composition, a dance of energy and matter, a song that has been playing since the beginning of time. Each star with its flickering light is a unique note in this symphony, its journey across the sky a testament to the harmony of the universe. The stars shine not by chance but by design, their light created by the nuclear fusion taking place deep within their cores. These stars, like instruments in an orchestra, each have their own voice, their own rhythm, their own energy. Some stars burn steadily, providing a constant, unwavering light, while others flicker and fade, their energy pulsing in waves. Just as in a symphony, where each instrument has its part to play, the stars contribute to the larger cosmic melody, their light resonating through the fabric of space. This symphony is ancient, timeless, a constant reminder of the forces that drive the universe. The stars do not simply burn, they sing, their light travelling across the vast emptiness of space, carrying with it the energy and history of the cosmos. But the beauty of this cosmic music is not only in the light of the stars, it is also in the way the stars interact with one another, creating a harmony that spans the universe. The forces of gravity pull the stars together, shaping galaxies, star clusters, and nebula, their light intertwining in a delicate dance. Just as the instruments in an orchestra must work together to create a harmonious sound, the stars must align, their gravitational pull working in concert, their light blending in the vast expanse of space. It is in these moments of cosmic alignment that the true beauty of the universe reveals itself. The stars, through their silent symphony, create a melody that is not just heard but felt, a deep resonance that echoes throughout the fabric of existence. As we listen to the silent symphony of the stars, we are also reminded of the incredible distances between them. The light we see tonight, may have travelled across millions or even billions of light years to reach us. The stars we see are not only distant in space, but also distant in time. The light that reaches our eyes has been travelling for eons, and in some cases, the stars may no longer even exist. Their light, however, continues its journey, arriving in our eyes as a memory of a star long gone. The stars, then, are not just lights in the sky. They are time travellers, carrying with them the history of the universe. Each twinkle is a message from the past, a reminder that the universe is in a constant state of flux, that time itself is always moving forward, carrying the stories of the stars with it. But the silent symphony of the stars is not just about the past, it is also about the future. The stars, though ancient, continue to shape the future of the cosmos. They are the builders of the universe, creating the elements that form planets, moons, and even life. The energy released in the death of a star is scattered throughout space, providing the raw materials for the next generation of stars, planets, and living beings. The stars, in their death, become the architects of new worlds, their energy carried into the future, ready to create again. This cycle of birth, life, death, and rebirth is the foundation of the universe, a constant rhythm that drives the creation of everything we know. The stars, through their silent symphony, remind us that every ending is a beginning, that the energy of the universe is always transforming, always renewing. The beauty of the stars lies not only in their light, but also in their ability to inspire wonder and reflection. As we gaze up at the sky, we are drawn into the vastness of the cosmos, reminded of how small and fleeting our lives are in comparison. And yet, in the midst of this vastness, we find a sense of connection. The stars, in their quiet glow, invite us to look beyond ourselves, to reflect on the greater mysteries of existence. They remind us that we are part of something much larger than our individual lives, that the light we see in the sky is not just a distant phenomenon, but a part of us. The stars are the threads that connect us to the universe, the points of light that guide us through the darkness, both literal and metaphorical. The symphony of the stars, though silent, speaks to us of the infinite possibilities that exist in the universe, of the beauty and complexity of life, and of the mysteries that are waiting to be discovered. As we sit beneath the stars, we cannot help but be in awe of the vastness and complexity of the universe. The silent symphony of the stars is a reminder that there is always more to discover, more to understand, and more to appreciate in the world around us. Each star, with its flickering light, is a reminder of the energy, the history, and the potential of the universe. And as we listen to their silent song, we are invited to reflect on our own place in the grand orchestra of existence, to find our own rhythm, and to contribute our own unique note to the symphony of life. The stars, in their quiet beauty, remind us that we are not alone in this vast infinite universe, that we are part of a greater story, one that stretches across time and space, and that our light, like the stars, has the power to shine across the heavens. As we continue to listen to the silent symphony of the stars, we begin to understand that this cosmic music is more than just a beautiful spectacle. It is a reflection of the very nature of the universe itself. The stars, in their brilliance, reveal the essential forces that govern the cosmos. Each twinkle, each subtle flicker, is a note in the greater composition of existence. The stars remind us that the universe is not static. It is a living, breathing entity, constantly in motion. Every star we see, every light that dances across the sky, is part of a greater, ever-changing pattern. This pattern is shaped by the forces of gravity, energy, and time. The silent symphony we witness in the night sky is the result of these forces playing out on a cosmic scale, guiding the movement of galaxies, stars, and planets, weaving them into the intricate fabric of the universe. The music of the stars is not just about the light they produce, it is also about the energy they release into the surrounding space. When a star is born, it begins a long journey, burning through fuel and emitting energy in the form of light and heat. This energy radiates outward, shaping the surrounding space, influencing the formation of planets, moons, and even new stars. As the star ages, its energy shifts, changing the way it interacts with the universe. Some stars, like our Sun, provide a steady, reliable source of energy, sustaining life on planets like Earth. Others burn intensely, releasing vast amounts of energy in short bursts, creating supernovae that scatter elements throughout the galaxy. These explosions are not the end of the star's journey. They are a beginning, a catalyst for the creation of new stars and planets, the building blocks for the next generation of life. The energy released in these cosmic events travels through space, carrying with it the potential for new creation. The stars, through their silent symphony, not only illuminate the sky, but also drive the processes that shape the universe. The silent symphony of the stars also speaks to the interconnectedness of all things in the universe. Each star, though distant and seemingly separate, is part of a larger network of energy and matter, a system of stars, galaxies, and cosmic forces that work together to create the universe as we know it. The stars, in their quiet movements, influence the space around them, creating gravitational fields that affect the motion of other stars and planets. The forces that shape the stars are the same forces that shape the rest of the universe. Gravity, the force that binds the stars together, also binds galaxies, planets, and everything in between. The stars, in their interconnected dance, remind us that everything in the universe is linked, that every movement, no matter how small, has an impact on the larger whole. The twinkling of the stars is a reminder of the delicate balance that exists between all things in the cosmos, of the invisible threads that connect us all. But the stars do not just shape the physical universe, they also shape our understanding of the cosmos. For millennia, humans have looked to the stars for guidance, for meaning, and for inspiration. The stars have been a constant presence in the lives of people across cultures and civilizations, serving as a source of mystery and wonder. They have been used for navigation, for marking time, and for telling stories. The constellations, patterns of stars that form shapes in the sky, have been used to explain the mysteries of the universe, to tell stories of gods and heroes, of creation and destruction. The stars have inspired poets, philosophers, and scientists alike, each one seeking to understand the deeper truths they hold. The silent symphony of the stars is not just a spectacle, it is a conversation between the cosmos and the minds that seek to understand it. The stars speak to us in their light, in their patterns, in the rhythms they create across the sky. They invite us to listen, to question, to explore, and to seek out the mysteries they hold. The stars, in their constant motion, also remind us of the passage of time. The light we see from the stars has travelled vast distances, and in some cases, it has travelled for millions or even billions of years. This delay in the arrival of light means that when we look at the stars, we are looking at the past, a snapshot of a time long gone. Some of the stars we see may no longer exist, their light continuing to travel through space, arriving at Earth long after their death. This gives us a sense of the vastness of time, of how fleeting our own lives are in comparison to the cosmic scale. The stars, in their silence, remind us that time is not just a human construct. It is a force that shapes the universe itself. The movement of the stars, their birth and death, their light and darkness, are all part of the larger flow of time, a flow that continues long after we are gone. The stars, in their quiet way, invite us to reflect on our place in time, to recognize the smallness of our individual lives in the context of the grand cosmic story. Yet, despite their immense size and age, the stars also serve as a reminder of our own potential. Just as the stars are born from the dust and gas of the universe, so too are we born from the elements that have been created in the hearts of stars. The atoms that make up our bodies, the oxygen we breathe, the carbon in our cells, all of these elements were once part of a star. The stars in their death scatter these elements across space, where they become part of new stars, new planets, and new life. In this way, the stars are not just distant objects, they are the ancestors of life itself. The light we see from the stars is a reflection of the energy that has shaped the universe and everything within it. The stars, in their silent symphony, remind us that we are part of a larger cycle, one that stretches across time and space, and that we too have the potential to create, to transform, and to contribute to the ongoing story of the universe. The silent symphony of the stars is also a call to wonder, to pause and appreciate the beauty and mystery of the cosmos. The stars, in their quiet brilliance, remind us that there is more to the universe than meets the eye. They invite us to look beyond the surface, to seek out the hidden rhythms and patterns that govern the cosmos. The stars, in their dance, are a symbol of the mysteries that await us, of the knowledge that is yet to be discovered. They remind us that the universe is full of possibilities, that the answers to the greatest questions lie not in the stars themselves, but in our ability to listen to their music, to follow their light, and to seek out the deeper truths they hold. The stars, in their silent symphony, invite us to join in their dance, to be part of the cosmic rhythm, and to contribute our own note to the melody of the universe. As we reflect on the silent symphony of the stars, we begin to see that the music they create extends far beyond the night sky. The stars, in their cosmic dance, are not isolated. Each one is part of a grand, interconnected system that spans the entire universe. When we look at the twinkling lights above, we are witnessing a cosmic collaboration, a collection of forces working together in perfect harmony. The light from each star, though it seems separate and distant, is part of a greater whole, contributing to the larger rhythm of the universe. The stars are like individual notes in a symphony, each one adding its unique voice to the music, yet blending together to create a melody that transcends time and space. This is the beauty of the silent symphony. They are not alone in their song. The universe itself is a grand orchestra, each star, each planet, each galaxy contributing to the infinite melody that has been playing since the beginning of time. The interconnectedness of the stars is reflected in the way galaxies form and move through space. Galaxies are not isolated collections of stars. They are intricate systems bound together by gravity, each one moving through space in a dance of cosmic proportions. Within each galaxy, the stars are drawn to one another, their light blending and shifting as they move through space. The star's light, though it appears to flicker and twinkle, is part of a constant motion, an ongoing journey that is guided by the invisible forces of gravity and energy. The symphony of the stars is not just about their individual brilliance, but about the way they work together to shape the universe. Just as the instruments in an orchestra must come together to create a cohesive sound, the stars too must align and work together to create the cosmic harmony that governs the universe. But the stars are not the only instruments in this cosmic orchestra. The planets, moons, and other celestial bodies also play their part in the symphony, each one adding its own rhythm to the dance. The planets orbit their stars, each one following a precise path, their movement guided by the forces of gravity. Their orbits, though vast and slow, are part of the same rhythm that shapes the stars. The moons too contribute to the music, their gravitational pull influencing the planets they orbit, creating subtle shifts in their motion. Even the empty spaces between stars, the voids of space, are part of the symphony. These spaces, though silent, are essential to the music, providing the backdrop against which the stars can shine. Without the voids, there would be no contrast, no movement. The universe, in all its complexity, is a finely tuned orchestra, each part playing its role in the greater symphony of existence. As we listen to the music of the stars, we are also reminded of the role that time plays in this cosmic symphony. The stars, in their vast lifespans, exist on a scale that is beyond our comprehension. They burn for millions, even billions of years, their light travelling across space long after they have gone. The time it takes for their light to reach us is a reminder that the universe operates on its own schedule, one that is vastly different from our human experience. When we look at a star, we are not just seeing it as it is in the present moment. We are seeing it as it was in the past, sometimes millions of years ago. The light that reaches our eyes carries with it the history of the universe, a story that is still unfolding even as we watch. The twinkling of the stars is a reflection of this ongoing movement, of the way time continues to shape the universe and the stars themselves. It is a reminder that, though we may be small in the grand scheme of things, we are still part of this greater story, still connected to the rhythm of time that governs the cosmos. The silent symphony of the stars also speaks to us about change. The stars are not eternal. They too have a beginning, a life, and an end. Just as a piece of music begins with a single note and evolves over time, the stars too begin with a burst of energy, evolve into brilliant shining beacons of light, and eventually fade away. This cycle of creation, life, and death is not just the story of the stars, but of the universe itself. Every star that burns brightly will one day burn out, leaving behind the remnants of its life. Some stars will become white dwarfs, their light fading into the darkness, while others will explode in a brilliant supernova, sending shockwaves through space and creating the elements that will become part of new stars and new planets. The death of a star is not an end, but a transformation, a necessary part of the ongoing cycle of creation and destruction that shapes the universe. The stars, in their silent symphony, remind us that change is inevitable, that nothing is permanent, but that every change brings with it the potential for new life, new beginnings, and new possibilities. In this way, the stars teach us to embrace the unknown, to welcome the changes that life brings. Just as the stars evolve, so do we. Our lives, too, are part of an ongoing symphony, one that is constantly changing, constantly moving toward new possibilities. The silent symphony of the stars is a reminder that just as the stars change and transform, so can we. Every moment is a new note, every day a new measure, and every year a new movement in the greater symphony of our lives. The stars show us that even in the face of change, there is beauty, there is light, and there is meaning. The twinkling of the stars, the silent music they create, is a reminder that even when we feel small, even when we face uncertainty, we are part of something much larger, something eternal, and something full of possibility. As we sit beneath the stars and listen to their silent symphony, we are filled with a sense of awe and wonder. The music of the stars is not something we can hear with our ears, but something we can feel with our hearts. It is a song that resonates deep within us, reminding us of our connection to the cosmos and to the forces that shape our world. The stars are not just distant lights in the sky, they are a part of us, a part of the universe, a part of the ongoing dance of creation. The silent symphony they create is a reminder that we are not alone in this vast, mysterious universe. We are part of the music, part of the rhythm, part of the energy that flows through the stars and the galaxies, connecting us to the greater story of existence. The night sky has always been a place of wonder, a vast canvas where the stars appear to be scattered like gems, glittering in the deep darkness. But to those who have the patience to look closer, it becomes clear that the stars are more than just beautiful lights. They are the eyes of the universe, watching, observing, and silently guiding the course of all that exists. Each star is a sentinel, a point of observation that has witnessed the unfolding of the cosmos. These eyes of the universe have seen the birth of galaxies, the formation of stars, and the emergence of life itself. They have watched as time has passed, as civilizations have risen and fallen, and as the forces of nature have shaped the universe into the vast, mysterious expanse that it is today. The stars are not just lights in the sky, they are witnesses to the grand story of existence, each one holding the memory of the universe within its glow. The idea of the stars as the eyes of the universe speaks to the interconnectedness of all things. The stars are not distant, isolated objects. They are part of a vast cosmic web, linked by the very forces that govern the universe. Light, the very essence of their being, travels across vast distances, connecting the stars to one another, to the galaxies they inhabit, and to the planets that orbit them. This light, which takes years, even millions of years, to reach our eyes, is not just a physical phenomenon. It is a messenger, carrying the energy and the story of the stars to us. When we look up at the stars, we are not just observing their light, we are participating in a cosmic conversation, one that transcends time and space. The stars, in their quiet brilliance, speak to us, inviting us to listen to their stories and to connect with the universe on a deeper level. The light from the stars is not constant. It flickers and shifts, pulsing like the heartbeat of the universe. This twinkling effect is caused by the way light interacts with the atmosphere. As light from a distant star travels through the vastness of space, it passes through the layers of Earth's atmosphere, where it bends, refracts, and scatters. This bending of light causes the stars to appear to twinkle, a subtle reminder that the universe is always in motion, always shifting. The stars, though steady in their own existence, are always affected by the forces around them, whether it is the turbulent atmosphere or the gravitational pull of nearby objects. This ever-changing flicker of light is like the subtle blink of an eye, a constant reminder that the universe is alive, that everything is interconnected, and that the stars are not just passive observers, but active participants in the dance of creation. The eyes of the universe do more than just watch, they also shape and guide. The stars are part of the larger cosmic system, driving the creation of galaxies, planets, and stars. The gravitational forces they exert pull on one another, influencing the paths of stars, planets, and even light itself. These cosmic forces, invisible yet undeniable, are what give the universe its structure. The stars, like the eyes of a being, direct the flow of energy, the movement of matter, and the very course of time. They are not just witnesses to the past. They are active agents in the ongoing unfolding of the cosmos. The stars shape the universe, just as the eyes shape our perception of the world around us. They guide us, showing us the path forward, just as they have guided travellers, navigators, and dreamers for millennia. And yet the stars, with all their power and beauty, remain mysterious. Their light, which we see tonight, is only a fraction of what they are. The stars are far more than the twinkling lights we observe from Earth. They are massive balls of gas and energy, burning with the heat of nuclear fusion, their cores reaching temperatures that far exceed anything we can comprehend. But this power, this energy, is hidden from our view. We cannot see the true nature of the stars with our eyes alone. We must rely on science, on the tools and knowledge we have developed to understand them. The stars, in this sense, are like the universe's greatest mystery, a riddle whose answers lie beyond our reach, but whose presence fills us with awe and wonder. The stars speak to us not only through their light, but through their mystery, inviting us to seek out the unknown, to explore the depths of the cosmos, and to understand the forces that shape the universe. The stars, in their silent observation of the universe, also offer us a sense of perspective. When we look at the stars, we are reminded of the vastness of the universe, of how small we are in the grand scheme of things. The stars are so distant, so far removed from our own lives, that it is difficult to comprehend their scale. The light that reaches us from the stars may have travelled for millions of years, crossing vast stretches of space before finally arriving at our eyes. This sense of distance, of the immense scale of the universe, reminds us that our lives are but fleeting moments in the grand timeline of existence. And yet, in this vastness, we find a sense of connection. The stars, with their ancient light, remind us that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. Our lives, though small in comparison to the universe, are connected to the stars, to the forces that shape the cosmos, and to the rhythm of time that flows through the universe. As the night deepens, we find ourselves drawn closer to the stars, feeling their presence in a way that is both humbling and inspiring. The stars are the eyes of the universe, watching us, guiding us, and sharing their stories. Their light, though it may be distant and flickering, is a reminder that we are part of something much larger, something eternal and vast. The stars, in their silent symphony, invite us to listen, to reflect, and to seek out the deeper truths they hold. When we look up at the stars, we are not just observing distant lights. We are connecting with the universe itself, participating in a cosmic conversation that has been ongoing for billions of years. The stars, in their quiet brilliance, remind us that we are part of the universe, that we are connected to the cosmos, and that the light they shine is a reflection of the light within us all. As we continue to look up at the stars, the idea that they are the eyes of the universe becomes even more profound. In their twinkling, we are reminded that the stars are not passive observers, but active participants in the unfolding of the cosmos. They are witnesses to the cycles of creation and destruction, to the birth of new stars, the formation of planets, and the quiet death of dying suns. The stars hold the stories of the universe in their light, carrying with them the energy and the memories of billions of years. Each star has a unique history, one that is written in the light that it radiates. The stars are the universe's storytellers, each one holding a tale of its own journey, of the forces that shaped it, and of the mysteries it holds. As we gaze at them, we are not just looking at points of light, we are looking into the past, seeing the reflections of the universe's long and complex history. The stars themselves are born from the very same energy that fuels the cosmos. They begin their lives in the vast clouds of gas and dust that populate the universe. These clouds, known as nebulae, are the nurseries where stars are created. Gravity pulls the gas and dust together, causing the material to collapse and heat up, eventually reaching temperatures that are high enough to trigger nuclear fusion in the core. This marks the birth of a star, a process that takes millions of years to unfold. From this moment on, the star will burn brightly, using the energy released by nuclear fusion to shine for billions of years. But even as the star burns, it is constantly changing. It grows, it expands, and it moves through its life cycle, guided by the forces of gravity, pressure, and temperature. The star's light, which we see from Earth, is just a small part of its life, a brief flicker in the grand timeline of its existence. The light from the stars is a direct result of these nuclear processes, but it also tells us something deeper about the nature of the universe. Stars are not just fuel-burning engines that emit light, they are the very engines that create the elements that make up everything in the universe. The process of nuclear fusion that occurs in a star's core creates elements like hydrogen and helium, which are the building blocks of the universe. These elements are the very same ones that form planets, life, and everything we see around us. In the heart of each star, new elements are created, and these elements are scattered across the universe when the star dies, through processes like supernovae and solar winds. This act of creation is a key part of the story of the universe. The stars are not just shining their light, they are building the very matter that will make up the next generation of stars, planets, and even life. When we look at the stars, we are looking at the birthplace of the elements, the very building blocks of everything that exists. And yet, despite their brilliance, the stars remain mysterious. The light we see from them is not all that they are. Beneath their glowing exteriors lies a world of complex processes, of forces and energies that are beyond our understanding. The stars are far more than just points of light in the sky. They are dynamic, evolving systems that are constantly in motion, constantly changing. The forces that govern them are the same ones that govern the entire universe: gravity, radiation, and pressure. These forces are what drive the stars through their life cycles, shaping their energy, their light, and their destiny. The stars are not just shining by chance, they are a product of the very forces that hold the universe together. In their light, we see not only the beauty of creation, but also the power of these forces, shaping the stars, the galaxies, and everything in between. As we reflect on the stars and their light, we begin to realize that their twinkling is not just a physical effect. The flicker we see when we gaze at the stars is not a random occurrence, but a manifestation of the forces of nature. The stars themselves burn steadily and continuously, but as their light travels through space and passes through the Earth's atmosphere, it is bent, scattered, and refracted by the air. This causes the stars to appear to twinkle, to flicker in and out of focus. The atmosphere acts as a filter, altering the path of the light and creating the shimmering effect we observe. In a sense, the stars are not just affected by the forces of the universe, they are affected by the environment through which their light passes. The twinkling of the stars is a reminder that even the most constant and steady forces are subject to change, to the ever-shifting conditions of space and time. The stars, as the eyes of the universe, are also a reminder of the vastness of the cosmos. When we look at the stars, we are looking at objects that are light years away, their light having travelled vast distances to reach us. The distance between us and the stars is so great that it is difficult for us to truly comprehend. Some of the stars we see tonight may no longer exist, their light continuing to travel through space long after their death. This sense of distance, of time and space stretching beyond our understanding, adds to the mystery of the stars. It is as though they are forever out of reach, distant witnesses to the unfolding of the universe. But even though the stars are so far away, they still manage to touch us, to influence us, and to guide us. The stars are not bound by the limitations of space and time, they transcend them, sending their light across the universe, connecting us to the greater story of existence. The stars also remind us of our own place in the universe. When we look at them, we are not just observing distant objects, we are connecting with the energy, the light, and the history of the cosmos. The light from the stars is the direct link to the past, a reminder of the long journey that the light has taken to reach us. In the same way, our lives are part of a much larger story, one that stretches across time and space. The stars, in their flickering, offer us a glimpse of our own potential. Just as the stars shine brightly, we too have the ability to create, to influence, and to leave our mark on the universe. The stars, in their quiet brilliance, remind us that we are part of something much greater than ourselves, that our lives, like theirs, are part of the ongoing cycle of creation and transformation that defines the universe. The stars are the eyes of the universe, and through them, we see not only the cosmos, but also our place within it. As we continue to look up at the stars, a profound sense of awe washes over us. The stars, in all their brilliance, seem to hold the secrets of the universe within their light, offering us glimpses into the mysteries of time, space, and existence. Their twinkling is a reminder that we are not isolated beings. We are part of a much larger story, one that stretches across the cosmos. The stars are not just objects in the sky, they are the eyes of the universe, watching, observing, and guiding the course of all that exists. When we look at them, we are not just gazing at distant points of light, we are connecting with the energy, the history, and the essence of the universe itself. The stars, through their light, invite us to explore, to question, and to seek out the deeper truths that lie beyond our understanding. The stars are timeless, and their light transcends the limitations of space and time. The light we see from a star may have travelled for millions or even billions of years before reaching us. It carries with it the memory of the star's journey, of the forces that shaped it, and of the cosmic events it has witnessed. The stars are not just distant objects, they are time travellers, sending their light across the universe, carrying the energy and stories of the past with them. When we look at a star, we are not just seeing it as it is in the present moment, we are seeing the past, a memory of a time long gone. The twinkling of the stars is a reminder that the universe is not static, it is a living, breathing entity, constantly evolving, constantly changing. The stars are the eyes of the universe, constantly watching and recording the story of existence, a story that is written in the light they send to us. The stars also remind us of the fleeting nature of our own lives. Just as the light from a star takes millions of years to reach us, so too do our lives pass quickly in the grand timeline of the universe. The stars, in their eternal brilliance, are a testament to the passage of time, to the cycles of birth and death, creation and destruction that govern the cosmos. Each star has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and so too do we. The stars, with their quiet, steady light, remind us that time is precious, that every moment is part of the greater dance of existence. The twinkling of the stars is a reminder to live fully, to embrace the fleeting nature of life, and to appreciate the beauty and wonder that exists in every moment. But the stars also offer us hope. Their light, though distant, shines brightly, a beacon in the darkness. No matter how far we may feel from the stars, no matter how vast the distance between us and the heavens, their light continues to shine. The stars are constant, unwavering, always shining, always watching, always guiding. They are a symbol of endurance, of resilience, of the power of light to shine even in the darkest times. The stars, in their silent brilliance, remind us that no matter how dark the night may seem, there is always light ahead. The twinkling of the stars is a symbol of hope, a reminder that even in our darkest moments, we are never truly alone. The stars, in their quiet way, offer us comfort, knowing that they have seen it all before, birth and death, joy and sorrow, triumph and defeat, and that through it all, they continue to shine. As we sit beneath the stars, we realize that the light they offer is not just a physical phenomenon. It is a connection to something greater. The stars are not just points of light in the sky, they are part of the very fabric of the universe. Their light is a reflection of the energy that flows through the cosmos, the forces that bind everything together, from the smallest particles to the largest galaxies. The stars are the eyes of the universe, watching over us, guiding us, and offering us a glimpse into the infinite. They are a reminder that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, that our lives are connected to the stars, to the galaxies, and to the universe as a whole. The stars also remind us of the beauty of the unknown. There is so much about the universe that we do not understand, so much that remains hidden, waiting to be discovered. The stars, in their silent brilliance, are a symbol of this mystery, of the vastness of the unknown that stretches out before us. As we gaze at the stars, we are reminded that there is still so much to learn, so much to explore, and so much to discover. The stars invite us to look beyond the surface, to seek out the deeper truths that lie hidden within the fabric of the universe. They are a call to curiosity, to wonder, and to the pursuit of knowledge. And yet, despite the vastness of the universe and the mysteries that lie beyond our reach, the stars also remind us of our own potential. Just as the stars are born from the dust of the cosmos, so too are we born from the same elements. The atoms that make up our bodies were once forged in the hearts of stars, and the energy that fuels us is the same energy that powers the stars. The stars, in their quiet brilliance, remind us that we are made of the same stuff as the universe itself, that we are part of the same cosmic dance. The twinkling of the stars is a reflection of the light that exists within us all, a reminder that we too have the potential to shine, to make a difference, and to leave our mark on the world. In this way, the stars serve as both a mirror and a guide. They reflect our own journey, our own struggles and triumphs, and they guide us, showing us the way forward. The stars are the eyes of the universe, watching over us as we navigate our own lives. And just as the stars continue their eternal dance, so too must we continue our own journey, moving forward through the cycles of life, guided by the light that shines from the stars. The stars, in their silent symphony, invite us to be part of something greater, to listen to the whispers of the universe, and to embrace the beauty and mystery of the journey ahead. The night sky, vast and infinite, stretches out above us like a blanket of mystery, each twinkling star a note in the great symphony of the cosmos. As we gaze upon it, we are reminded of the waves of wonder that ripple through time and space. Every time we look up, we feel the pulse of the universe, a rhythm that has been playing since the dawn of time. The stars, in their silent dance, are not just distant lights, but beacons of a deeper truth, a reflection of the immense forces that shape the universe. They call to us, urging us to look beyond the surface, to seek out the mysteries that lie hidden within the vast expanse of space. The night sky is a reminder that we are part of something much greater than ourselves, a larger story that unfolds with every passing moment, a wave of energy that connects us all. As we listen to the stars, their twinkling light seems to tell a story of creation, of birth, and of destruction. The stars are born in the darkness of space, from the dust and gas that swirl together to form their fiery hearts. These stars, like the first notes of a melody, mark the beginning of a journey, one that will take them through cycles of creation and death, shaping the universe with their light. Some stars burn bright and steady, casting their glow across the heavens for millions of years. Others live fast and die young, exploding in a brilliant supernova, scattering their elements across space, creating new stars, new planets, and even life itself. The stars are not just silent witnesses to the passage of time, they are active participants, shaping the very fabric of the universe with their energy, their light, and their movement. The light we see from the stars is not just a physical phenomenon, it is a wave of energy that travels across the vastness of space. This light, though it appears steady to our eyes, is in fact constantly shifting, bending, and flickering as it passes through the layers of Earth's atmosphere. The twinkling of the stars is the result of this constant interaction between the light and the air we breathe. The atmosphere, full of moving air and varying temperatures, causes the light to refract, bending in different directions as it makes its way to our eyes. This bending or refraction causes the stars to appear to flicker, as if they are alive, as if they are speaking to us through their light. It is as though the stars themselves are dancing with the atmosphere, creating a visual symphony that changes with every moment, every shift in the air. But this dance between the stars and the atmosphere is not just a random occurrence, it is part of a larger cosmic rhythm. The stars themselves, though millions of miles away, are part of an intricate web of energy that binds the universe together. The energy that powers the stars is the same energy that drives the movement of galaxies, the flow of light through space, and even the forces that govern our own planet. The stars are not isolated, distant objects. They are part of a greater whole, a cosmic system that is constantly in motion, constantly shifting, constantly creating. The waves of wonder that ripple through the night sky are a reflection of the forces that govern the universe, of the endless cycles of birth, growth, and death that shape the cosmos. As we contemplate this cosmic rhythm, we begin to realize that the stars are not just symbols of beauty and wonder. They are symbols of the interconnectedness of all things. The light from a star, though it may seem small and distant, is part of a much larger network of energy and matter that stretches across the universe. This light is not just a flash of brilliance, but a wave of energy that connects the stars, the planets, and even the galaxies, linking them in a dance that has been ongoing for billions of years. The waves of light that travel from the stars are not just individual events, they are part of a continuous flow of energy, a pulse that reverberates throughout the cosmos. The stars, in their silent glow, remind us that everything in the universe is connected, that every action, every movement, every wave of energy has an impact on the larger whole. The wonder of the night sky is not just in the beauty of the stars themselves, but in the knowledge that their light is part of a much larger process, one that is still unfolding. The light from the stars we see tonight may have been travelling across space for millions, even billions of years, and yet it is only now reaching our eyes. The stars are not just distant objects, they are time travellers, sending their light across the vast expanse of space, carrying with it the energy and history of the universe. Every time we look at the stars, we are seeing a glimpse of the past, a snapshot of a time long gone. The light we see tonight is a reflection of the universe as it was long ago, a reminder that the cosmos is constantly changing, constantly evolving. The stars, with their flickering light, offer us a window into the past, a glimpse of the universe's ongoing story. The stars also invite us to consider our own place in the grand cosmic dance. Just as the stars are part of a larger system, so too are we part of a greater whole. The energy that flows through the stars is the same energy that flows through the Earth, through our bodies, through the universe itself. We are made of the same elements that the stars are made of, and the energy that powers the stars is the same energy that powers us. When we look at the stars, we are not just seeing distant lights, we are seeing a reflection of ourselves, a reminder that we are part of the same cosmic system that shapes the universe. The stars, in their quiet brilliance, remind us that we are connected to the universe, that we are part of something much larger than ourselves. The waves of wonder that ripple through the night sky are a call to curiosity, to exploration, and to discovery. The stars invite us to look beyond the surface, to seek out the deeper truths that lie hidden within the cosmos. The night sky is not just a backdrop to our lives, it is a mirror, reflecting the mysteries of existence and our place within it. The stars, in their silent brilliance, remind us that there is still much to learn, much to discover, and much to explore. They are a guide, a source of inspiration, and a reflection of the beauty and complexity of the universe. When we look up at the stars, we are not just observing the sky, we are connecting with the energy, the history, and the wonder that lies at the heart of the cosmos. The stars, in their silent symphony, invite us to listen, to reflect, and to embrace the mysteries of the universe that lie just beyond our reach. As we continue to immerse ourselves in the mysteries of the night sky, we are reminded of how deeply the stars influence the very fabric of existence. The night sky, vast and timeless, is a constant reminder that the forces governing the universe extend far beyond our comprehension. While we see the stars twinkle from our vantage point on Earth, their light has travelled across unimaginable distances, bridging space and time, linking us to a deeper truth. This journey, spanning eons, speaks of the energy that has flowed from the heart of each star to its final resting place, whether it explodes in a supernova or fades slowly into a white dwarf. Each flicker of light we witness is a reminder that these stars are not static, they are constantly evolving, contributing to the ongoing narrative of the universe. As the stars share their light with us, they remind us that life too is a series of transformations, a continuous flow of energy and matter, like the waves of the ocean carrying us toward the future, shaped by the past. The waves of light emitted by the stars ripple through the cosmos in ways that shape the formation of new celestial bodies. As stars reach the end of their lifetimes, they give way to the creation of new worlds and systems. When a star dies, its remnants, the gases and elements scattered across space, are incorporated into the next generation of stars, planets, and moons. This process of birth and rebirth mirrors the eternal cycle of creation and destruction that occurs on Earth. Just as a single drop of water can create ripples that travel across an entire pond, the energy released by the death of a star creates waves that spread throughout the universe. The stars are the originators of these waves, their energy radiating outward, influencing the formation of new worlds and new life. The light we see from the stars is a direct link to these processes, to the ongoing dance of creation, shaping the very building blocks of existence. The stars themselves, though they appear so distant, are a part of a cosmic network of forces that connect everything in the universe. Gravity, the force that binds stars, planets, and galaxies, is the invisible thread that links all matter, shaping the course of the universe. The stars are the anchors in this vast web, their gravitational pull helping to form galaxies, clusters of stars, and even the fabric of space-time itself. This force, though unseen, is essential to the structure of the cosmos. The stars, through their immense mass and gravitational force, create waves of energy that ripple through the universe, guiding the movement of matter and light. It is through these waves that the universe maintains its delicate balance, ensuring the continuous motion of galaxies, the formation of new stars, and the evolution of the cosmos. The stars, in their silent glow, are not only the eyes of the universe, but the forces that shape it, guiding the universe through its endless cycles of creation and transformation. And yet, despite their incredible power, the stars are also subject to the same forces that govern the rest of the universe. Like all things, the stars are born, live and die, following a predetermined path dictated by the laws of nature. Their light, though it may seem eternal, is not everlasting. The stars go through various stages in their life cycles, from their fiery birth in the cores of nebulae to their eventual death, which can come in the form of a supernova or the slow cooling of a white dwarf. These processes are driven by the same forces that guide the waves in the ocean, the cycles of the seasons, and the movements of the planets. They are part of the ongoing flow of energy that runs through the universe, shaping everything in its path. The death of a star is not an end, but a transformation, an essential part of the ongoing evolution of the cosmos. The waves created by the death of a star spread through space, carrying with them the elements that will form new stars, new planets, and perhaps even new life. This cycle of creation and destruction, of birth and death, is a constant rhythm that echoes through the universe. The waves of wonder created by the stars remind us of the fragility and resilience of life. Just as the stars go through their cycles, so too do we experience cycles in our own lives. The stars teach us that even in moments of darkness, there is light, and even in moments of destruction, there is creation. The cycles of the stars reflect the ebb and flow of life itself, the constant rhythm of growth, change, and renewal. Just as a wave builds up to a crest and then falls back into the ocean, so too do we experience moments of growth and rest, of action and stillness. The stars, in their quiet brilliance, offer us a map for navigating the vast ocean of time, reminding us that life is not a straight path, but a series of waves that carry us forward, guiding us toward our future. But the stars also remind us of the infinite possibilities that exist within the universe. Each star, though it may seem like a solitary point of light, is part of a much larger interconnected system. The stars are not isolated entities, they are part of galaxies, which in turn are part of clusters, and ultimately the entire universe. The stars are pieces of a grand puzzle, their light and energy contributing to the ongoing expansion of the universe. Just as a single drop of water creates ripples that travel across the surface of the ocean, so too do the stars create waves that ripple through the cosmos, affecting everything in their path. These waves of energy, of light and matter, stretch across the universe, connecting every star, every planet, every galaxy in an intricate cosmic dance. The stars in their brilliance remind us that we too are part of this larger system, part of a grand and ever-changing story that stretches across time and space. As we continue to observe the night sky, we are drawn into the endless waves of wonder that ripple through the stars. These waves, though invisible to the naked eye, are the forces that shape the universe, that guide the movement of galaxies, and that create the conditions for life. The stars, in their silent song, are not just beacons of light, they are the architects of the universe, shaping its structure, its energy, and its very essence. And as we gaze up at them, we are reminded that we too are part of this cosmic dance. The light that reaches us from the stars is a part of us, a connection between our lives and the vastness of the universe. The stars invite us to join in the symphony, to listen to the waves of wonder that they create, and to embrace the beauty and mystery of the universe that lies beyond our understanding. As we sit beneath the stars, a profound sense of connection washes over us. The stars, with their light and energy, are not just distant objects in the sky, they are part of a greater interconnected system that stretches across the universe. The waves of wonder they create ripple through space, not only shaping the cosmos, but shaping our understanding of it. The stars speak to us in their silent, flickering language, inviting us to listen and to contemplate the mysteries that lie beyond our reach. These waves of light, which have travelled for millions or even billions of years, are a bridge between the past and the present, carrying with them the stories of the universe's creation, its cycles of birth and death, and the forces that govern its motion. The stars, though distant and untouchable, become our guides, reminding us that we are all part of something much larger, something that transcends time and space. The stars also remind us of the passing of time, of the vastness of the universe and our fleeting place within it. When we look up at the stars, we are not just seeing them as they are in the present moment, we are seeing the past, a snapshot of a time long gone. The light that reaches us from the stars has travelled across space for countless years, some of it leaving its source long before human civilization even began. This time lag, this delay between the light's journey and our eyes, is a reminder that time is not a straight path. It is a vast winding river that carries light, energy, and stories across the universe. The stars, through their light, remind us that the universe is not static but always changing, always evolving. As their light reaches us, we are not just observing distant objects, we are connecting with the very fabric of time itself, touching the past while standing firmly in the present. The idea of time is also deeply embedded in the way the stars live and die. Just as the light from the stars takes millions of years to reach us, so too do the stars themselves experience life cycles that stretch across vast expanses of time. Stars are born from the dust and gas of the universe, fueled by the forces of gravity and nuclear fusion. They shine brightly for billions of years, burning through their fuel and radiating light and energy, but eventually every star reaches the end of its life. Some stars, like our Sun, will expand into red giants, their outer layers shedding into space while their cores shrink and cool. Others will explode in a supernova, a burst of energy that sends shockwaves through the surrounding space, scattering their elements across the cosmos. These elements, created in the hearts of dying stars, will go on to form new stars, new planets, and even new life. The death of a star, while a dramatic and violent event, is not the end. It is part of the larger cycle of creation, destruction, and renewal that governs the universe. As we observe the stars, we are reminded of our own place in this cycle. Just as the stars are born, live, and die, so too do we experience the cycles of life. We are born from the same elements that the stars are made of, and the energy that fuels our lives is the same energy that powers the stars. The cycles of creation and destruction that we see in the stars are reflected in our own lives. In the ebb and flow of our personal journeys, the stars, with their light and their cycles, remind us that life is not linear, but cyclical, that every beginning has an end, and every end is a new beginning. In the light of the stars, we find not only a glimpse of the universe's story, but a reflection of our own, one that is shaped by the same forces that shape the stars. The beauty of the stars lies not only in their brilliance, but also in their impermanence. The stars burn brightly for a time, but their light eventually fades, giving way to the next generation of stars. This constant cycle of birth and death is a reminder that nothing lasts forever, that everything in the universe is subject to change. Yet, within this impermanence, there is beauty. The stars, in their fleeting lives, create the elements that make up everything around us, from the air we breathe to the very cells in our bodies. The stars are not just shining points of light, they are the architects of the universe, the builders of the worlds that surround us. Their death, though it may seem tragic, is simply part of the larger cycle, a necessary step in the ongoing creation of the universe. In this way, the stars remind us that even in the face of loss, there is always new creation, always new possibilities. As we continue to watch the stars, we realize that their light is more than just a physical phenomenon. The light from the stars carries with it a sense of mystery, a call to explore, to wonder, and to seek out the unknown. The stars, in their silent brilliance, invite us to look beyond the surface, to question what lies beyond our understanding. The universe is vast, and the stars are only a small part of it. Yet in their light, we find a deep connection to the cosmos, a sense that we are part of something much greater than ourselves. The waves of wonder created by the stars remind us that we are not isolated in our journey, but part of an infinite interconnected web of energy and matter, moving through the cosmos, shaped by the forces of creation and destruction. The stars also speak to us in their silence, offering us a moment of reflection, a chance to pause and appreciate the beauty of the universe. In the quiet of the night, beneath the stars, we are reminded of the vastness of the cosmos and our small but significant place within it. The twinkling of the stars is a gentle reminder that even in the vastness of the universe we are not alone. The light from the stars, though it has travelled across unimaginable distances, connects us to the universe in ways we cannot fully comprehend. The stars, in their silent symphony, offer us a sense of peace, of belonging, and of wonder. They remind us that despite the challenges we face, there is always light in the darkness, always hope, always a path forward. As the night deepens and the stars continue their quiet dance across the sky, we are filled with a sense of gratitude. The stars are more than just lights in the sky. They are the eyes of the universe, watching over us, guiding us, and reminding us of the infinite beauty and mystery that exists in the cosmos. They are the silent symphony of the universe, their twinkling light a constant reminder that the universe is alive, constantly moving, constantly changing. And as we sit beneath them, we are invited to listen to their story, to reflect on our place in the grand scheme of things, and to embrace the waves of wonder that ripple through the night sky.